Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason. As always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Zack Partridge. What up, dog?
What up?
Fight time. It's almost fight time for you.
Every 2 weeks from weigh-ins.
You're feeling it, huh?
Yeah.
You're a little tired today?
No.
Like it. No?
I'm
just
good.
Just getting in the
A
zone?
little sore, yeah.
Getting in the zone? I like it.
Had a good workout this morning.
Nice. UFC 272 tomorrow night, Covington versus Masvidal. We've been waiting. We've been arguing on the phone about who we think is going to win. Now we're going to break it down and give you our best picks. Do you have your DraftKings lineup up yet?
Nope.
Not yet?
Nope. I'm not. We're not worried about it. I'm not giving DraftKings out on here anymore.
So. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah. People can ask me for it. But, yeah.
We're going to make this one kind of short and sweet. Zach's going to have a little family weekend. Family weekend time. So we are going to jam through this. All right. First up, light heavyweight division. We have Dustin Jacoby versus Mikhail Olek. I'm going to murder that guy's name. Hussar. That's his nickname. Hussar. We're going to go with that. Yeah. We're going to go Jacoby versus Jakar. Jacoby's 16-5-1. He stands 6'3" with a 68-inch reach. Hussar 16-4. He stands 6 foot tall with a 74-inch reach. So Jacoby, bigger, longer fighter. 2-1 favorite. Comeback is plus 170 on Hussar.
Jacoby's been really good since he's been back in the UFC. He hasn't lost.
Yep, he's been on fire.
I don't think it changes this one. Do you?
No, but I kind of feel like
he's also been getting favorable matchups of guys. He's a kickboxer. He's been getting other guys that'll stand with him.
I think it's a little more competitive than what people are thinking, but I'm with you. I'm taking
Mikhail, Hussar, whatever. If he can get the fight to the ground, he could have some success. But Jacoby, it's not like he's easy to get to the ground either. So.
Yeah.
But I think Dustin Jacoby gets it done. I imagine a decision.
Dustin Jacoby, 1-1. All right, next up in the where are we at here? Let's go. Lightweight division. We got Ladovet Klein, Mr. Highlight versus Devontae King Cage Smith. Klein is 17-4, stands 5'7" with a 72-inch reach. Smith 11-3. He stands 5'9" with a 76-inch reach. If I'm not mistaken, Klein is taking this fight on short notice.
Yes. So this is a short notice fight. I like Smith. He's been in camp. He's been getting ready for this fight. Mm-hmm. Change of opponents, but I think Smith is pretty athletic. He's had some kind of bummer performances, but I think he's finally coming into this fight. I mean, Worthy and Malarkey aren't bad guys to lose to.
No, not at all.
Justin James he got that win, but Justin took it on short notice. But Justin's also not in the UFC anymore and just lost his first fight out of the UFC. I mean, I would caution on this one, but I am picking Smith as well.
What's the odds on this one?
I think Smith's just a slight favorite, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, odds are pretty close, which I actually think it's going to be a competitive fight, but I'm with you. I'm going to take the...
It's close enough. If they were both going on a full camp, I would probably be taking Klein here, but I just don't know where he's at.
Both on Smith?
I guess.
I hate when we agree.
Yeah, you know what? I'm still mad at Klein. He lost to that dork Nate Landry.
Oh, I remember that.
He's dead to me.
He's dead to you.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Klein.
Next up in the flyweight division, we got Tim Elliott versus Taguir Ulan Bekov. Elliott 17-2-1, stands 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. Ulan Bekov is 5'7" with a 70-inch reach. Bekov is a minus 235 favorite. The comeback is plus 190 for Tim Elliott.
You know I love Tim Elliott. You know I love Glory MMA. I don't know if Tim Elliott wins this fight, but I also know that it should be closer than minus 235 for Taguir.
That's what I'm feeling too. I feel like Tim Elliott's he's a vet and he's good.
So look at his last 3 losses. Name off the last 3 losses.
So
I'm not even looking, but
so for Tim Elliott,
his last 3 losses.
Are Mathis Nicolau, Brandon Royval, Asker Askarov, and Dustin Figueiredo. So those are his last 4
Oh,
losses.
so I was talking about those 3 though before he
Yeah.
lost his last.
So he lost to Rafael, Askarov, and the champ Figueiredo.
And he just didn't look that good in his last fight. Remember, he just showed no urgency to get up off the bottom. He's taking no damage, but never got up off the bottom and just lost. And it was kind of a weird fight. He had an off fight, but usually he loses to really good guys, but when he fights like up and comers, he beats them.
Are we betting against the Russian? Are we breaking our podcast rule?
No, I'm not betting on Tim Elliott, but I am saying
it's closer than the odds.
It's very close. I would suspect our Russian friend gets like a 29-28 unanimous decision, but I think it's going to be close. It is one like this is not a parlay piece. This is not anything I'm feeling good about.
Yeah, so far I don't have anything that I see that I'm liking that's like standing out to me. Like I want to bet this fight.
Yeah, no, they're all like the value's off, or I'm not sure.
Umar Nurmagomedov against Brian Boom Kelleher. Do we even really need to break this one down?
I mean, nothing. This is another one though. Look at the odds.
I did see that.
That's bonkers.
He's like minus. I think he's 10-1. No, I think he's 10-1 now.
No.
Yeah, he's minus 850 at.
On principle, I'd take Kelleher.
I was thinking the same thing.
He's not even. I don't even think he finishes Kelleher.
Kelleher can crack.
Yeah,
Kelleher can
and has
crack.
Good submissions.
Bet 365 has him at minus 1,000. Everybody else is right around 8-1.
I mean, out of principle, you almost have to put a little on Kelleher. I don't think he's gonna win, but
maybe $5 to win 50.
Yeah,
like come on. It's the fight game. Anything can happen, right?
Kelleher's dangerous. You want to talk about another vet, right? I mean, if somebody's gonna beat Nurmagomedov, Umar, this is Khabib's nephew, right?
Yeah,
cousin. If you're gonna beat him, it's gonna be a vet like Brian Kelleher, and Kelleher's tough. And this fight should be noted; it's at 145 instead of 135, like
correct
originally scheduled. So that's kind of interesting.
Did they update that already?
They haven't yet.
All right. So a pick is going to be Nurmagomedov, but we're not.
If anything, I might sprinkle a
little lunch money or a monster, $5 on Kelleher. You never know.
Yeah.
Next up, this will be a fun fight because they don't like each other. In the women's
train together.
They used to train together, and there's a lot of beef between.
This is like Colby and Jorge.
This should be the co-main event.
The grudge co-main event.
Go if you guys don't know the story. Go you do some research. Yeah, these girls do not like
talk
each other.
Smack on each other. It's pretty good.
Marina Moraz and Mariah Agapova. Moraz 10-3. She stands 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. Agapova, she is 10-2. She stands 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. A lot of gym beef between those two.
So it's pretty bonkers. We don't have time to get into it today, but it is pretty fun and it's going to be aggressive. And I like the underdog in this one.
You like Agapova as the underdog?
I do.
She is.
She's a killer. 2, she lost to. So she lost to Tracy Cortez. It's not a bad loss. Her 2 losses. Her other loss was to Shayna Dobson.
Timeout. It's showing her on Tapology as Agapova being the underdog. She's not the underdog. Agapova is the favorite.
Okay.
Morose is
okay. Well, I still like Agapova.
Yeah.
I was just going off the Tapology.
Yeah, Tapology has her at plus 155. That's not right. If you're looking at Tapology, if you go to bestfightodds.com, she is minus 180. She has the more upside. She's younger. She's talented. She came in with a lot of hype.
Well, she's aggressive and she's mean.
She was piecing up Shauna Dobson until she got gassed. She was cocky. She's a little cocky.
But I don't mind the swagger. It's a good learning lesson. She'll learn how to pace herself a little bit better. I don't think she wins. I think she finishes her. She emphatically dominates her.
You think she dominates her?
Yeah, I do. That's a good parlay piece at minus 180. I like her a lot.
I don't know if I like it enough to be a parlay.
Oh, I do.
Man.
So there you go. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Agapova, but I'm not betting now.
Different levels of confidence on this.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
It's all
good.
All right. Next up in the light heavyweight division, we got Nick Nuga Moreno against Kennedy
Good job.
Zachuku
Njikwe.
Njikwe. The African Savage against Nico. Nico's 11-1, stands 6 foot tall with a 78-inch reach. African Savage is 9-2. He stands 6'5" with an 83-inch reach. Man, he's a big dude.
I'm taking Kennedy.
I'm taking Kennedy as well.
Fortis MMA.
Yeah.
He looks really good. He's kind of always the bigger guy. He's a huge 205er.
Huge 205er.
He's a ginormous 205er. I know he got knocked out in his last fight, but that Carlos Uberg win, Danilo Marquez win, Darko Storic win. Like, I like him. He only, I actually, what are the odds on this one?
Odds on this one are, it's pretty close. He's favored -145. The comeback is plus
really
125.
Really like Kennedy.
It's good. It's a good close fight.
I really like Kennedy. I like the value on that.
So we're both on Kennedy. Next up in the strawweight division, we got Marina Rodriguez against Zhaoneng Yang. Rodriguez is 8-15-1-2. She stands 5'6" with a 65-inch reach. Yang 13-2, stands 5'5" with a 63-inch reach. I actually got to watch Yang train at Team Alpha Male when we were out there over the holidays, but I think she's in trouble.
I think Marina Rodriguez,
she should be fighting for the belt.
We saw something when she fought Mackenzie Dern.
She almost submitted her.
Solid on the ground, and just, dude, her hands are good.
If it wasn't
hands are good.
She should be having the title fight if it wasn't for who am I thinking of? I'm getting there.
Why should she have the title fight?
Because Carla Esparza is getting the Rose fight.
Well, Carla beat her.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it.
It's fair.
She's
close.
Marina's right.
I mean, this is a number one contender fight.
Yeah, but I think Marina mops her up.
Mops?
Yep.
I don't hate it. I'm very confident in saying I think she's going to win.
Yeah. In fact, she is. I have a little parlay, and she is the first leg of my little parlay.
I like it.
A little sprinkle in there.
I like it.
All right. Next up.
Fun fight.
We're not disagreeing on much, are we? Next up, this one, man, this is another coin flip fight at lightweight. Jalen Turner, the Tarantula, against Jamie Malarkey. Jalen Turner, 6'3" with a 75.5-inch reach. And Jamie Malarkey, 14-4, stands 6 foot tall with a 74-inch reach. Both big guys for that division. Both over 6 feet. Reach is about the same. This is a fun fight. Pretty much a coin flip as far as odds. Turner's a slight favorite at -155. And the comeback is plus 130 for Malarkey.
I'm taking the underdog. Jamie Malarkey.
Me too.
Dang it. I like Malarkey. I think he's sneaky tough.
I do too. You thought you had me there, didn't you?
Yeah, I kind of did.
Bump time. We're getting there. We're almost there.
Oh, we're getting there.
We are getting there. We've been arguing about it all morning. So we're both on the underdog on this one. You like Malarkey?
Yeah, I do. I'm not overconfident. I think it's a well matched up fight. It's pretty even, but it's a coin flip, and I'm giving the plus money. And even if Malarkey was a slight favorite, I think I'd take him because I do just think he's slightly better.
Yeah,
he looked phenomenal in his last fight as well. I think he could. I think his last 2 fights, knocked out Kamara Worthy, knocks out Devontae Smith. I think we could see him go on a little bit of a run here.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the dog.
Yeah.
Next up, this fight I do not care about. I don't know why it's on the main card. Sergey Spivak.
Time out.
What?
I would take both the girl fights above this on the main card and Malarkey and Turner on this.
100%. 100%.
You know why? Because it's Greg Hardy.
This Greg Hardy. Spivak's really not that
Did you
good
hear? Did you see? I like Spivak. I actually think he's solid.
I know you do.
I actually think Spivak's solid. Greg Hardy's just an athlete. So apparently he's fat as all get out now. He's trying to catch up to DC.
Yeah, he looks
in the super heavyweight division now. And he said he walks around over 300 pounds now and then cut down from,
what did he say? It was 290 on Monday or something like that? Yeah.
And he doesn't look good.
No.
Like, it doesn't look like he's put on good weight at all. And I've heard people, I listened to our guy James Lynch's breakdown. Did you listen to his breakdown?
Yep.
And he's like, he likes Hardy by knockout because he's athletic. I think Spivak takes him down. And if Greg Hardy has one giant deficiency, it's on the ground.
Yeah.
And Spivak's good on the ground. Spivak by submission.
You know what's
How about that?
Ooh, I like that. You know what? I was actually leaning Greg Hardy when I first saw this fight because of I thought he would be more athletic. I don't
But
think
he's putting on bad weight. Doesn't that hurt your athleticism?
That changed my mind. When I saw that, I was like, no, I can't. I can't.
Okay. Ready? Spivak has 3 losses. Okay. Tom Aspinall, going to be a future heavyweight contender.
Yeah.
Right? Marcin Tybura, good.
Decent.
Like, probably a borderline 10 to 15 gatekeeper guy.
Yep.
Forever, right?
Yep.
Walt Harris. It's pretty good.
Stud.
Vet. That was his first. Like, I like Spivak. And I thought his win over Alexei Oleinik was really impressive.
Yeah, that press conference when he said he was what he walks around at and what he was Monday, it's like
that's not good.
You had me, man. He had me until that. So
what are the odds?
Spivak's a 2-1 favorite, minus 195. Comeback is plus 165 on Hardy.
What's Spivak by submission?
Whew. Let's see.
That's the one I like.
Plus 300.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
That
might have to be just a little.
I'll trail you on that one.
I don't think Spivak should stand and bang with like Tai Tuivasa did.
No, I don't think so either.
But if he can wrestle him, I think Greg Hardy's in trouble.
Next up in the welterweight division, we got Kevin Holland against Alex Cowboy Oliveira. Holland's 21-7, stands 6'3" with an 81-inch reach. Oliveira 22-11-1. He stands 5'11" with a 76.5-inch reach.
Oliveira can sneaky put on some good performances. He's a vet, but I think Holland fighting at 170.
He looked good too.
That's his weight class. That's where he should have been all along.
Mm-hmm.
I get you can't keep cutting down over and over with as active as he was, but I really, really like Holland in this spot. I think he makes it look easy, if not doesn't get the finish.
Holland is another part of my parlay piece with Marina Rodriguez that I really like. So I think Oliveira's kind of on the end. He's on a 3-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
So I'm going Holland as well.
He was really good and he was crafty and stuff, but it seems like people have kind of figured him out.
Yeah. Yep. Next up, this will be a fun one too.
This is a fun fight.
Featherweight division. We got Edson Barbosa against Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell. Barbosa 22-10, stands 5'11" with a 75-inch reach. Mitchell 14-0, stands 5'10" with a 70-inch reach. This is a very interesting fight.
This is hard for me.
Very interesting
because I love both of these guys for 2 different reasons. One, last time I picked against Bryce Mitchell, it was against Andre Feely because I thought that there was too much too soon.
Yep, I did too.
And he looked phenomenal.
He looked great.
He pretty much controlled the whole fight. And that was his last fight. I'm not making that mistake again. But this is a caution if you're going to bet it because Barbosa is still insanely dangerous.
For me, if Barbosa can keep it on the feet, he pieces Mitchell up.
That's
to me, that's the fight. Mitchell gets him on the ground, he submits him. What?
But Barbosa is a monster. We know his kickboxing and everything.
Yes.
But dude, I thought that in Barbosa's last fight. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Giga pieced up Barbosa pretty good, but Giga's pretty dangerous.
It was pretty competitive though, up until the later round. Yeah.
But I think Bryce Mitchell gets him.
Mitchell by submission is plus 200. I think that's his path to victory.
Yeah, agreed. All right, talk about this for a second.
I'm gonna go with the underdog. I'm gonna say Barbosa. I'm not betting it, but I'm gonna pick Barbosa.
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah, it's super tough one. Zack is pounding the water and he has to go body. All right, next up is the co-main event. Catchweight 160, Rafael Dossanos against Renato Moycano. Dossanos, he is 30-13, stands 5'8" with a 70-inch reach, Moycano, 16-4-1. He stands 5'11" with a 72-inch reach, so a little bit of a height and reach advantage for Moycano, who is stepping in for Rafael Fiziev, who caught COVID. So Moycano stepped up to the plate and said he would take this fight on short notice. And surprisingly, the odds are pretty close for Moycano stepping up on short notice.
RDA getting no respect.
None. It's making me kind of pump the brakes a little bit and say, is there value in Moycano? I mean, RDA's 37 years old. He's had a lot of tough fights. I mean, what? I kind of think there's a little bit of value in Moycano.
Do you really?
Yeah. I mean, is this going to be like highlight? Is this going to be like, are we going to see high level Dossanos?
No.
Is it enough to beat a Moycano? Or is Moycano? I got to go Dossanos. I'm not betting this. I'm really not, because something tells me I'm gonna regret this Sunday morning, but I'm going to go Dossanos. But I think it's close. I think it's a fun fight.
I think RDA's ability to wrestle and grapple gets it done.
I like that. I don't disagree with that.
I just do. And here's the other thing too. This is still a 5-round fight.
Yeah. They still made it a 5-round fight. I love his confidence.
I see. I don't like that for Moycano. That makes me even feel better about RDA. He's been getting ready for a 5-round fight. It's different. Taking a short notice fight is one thing. Getting ready, even when you're in the training room training, preparing for a 5-round fight's different.
Co-main event 5-round fight too.
That's different. I like RDA, and I like RDA to take over. I'll bet you it's very close in rounds 1 and 2, and I think RDA starts pulling away.
I don't hate it. I don't hate that. Picks RDA. All right, main event time. Woo, it's getting heated. That press conference was a little cheesy.
It wasn't cheesy. It's just that they authentically hate each other so much that it was pointless.
Yeah, I didn't like some of the. I'm all about like the trash talk. Like I get that, hype up the fight. Some of the personal stuff, I don't like.
It takes away from it.
It does. For me, it takes away from it. Big time. Big time. Yeah, Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. You guys know the backstory. These guys used to train together. They lived together. Jorge kind of took Kobe under his wing.
Yeah.
Let him sleep on his couch.
Marissa's couch.
That's right. It was Marissa's couch while he was out cheating on his wife.
Supposedly. Allegedly.
Who do you think's getting under whose skin?
I think Jorge is under Colby's skin.
You think so?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Jorge was more built for this than Covington.
Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, we had a conversation this morning.
Yeah.
And a lot of it my mind is it's not like I'm saying that I think Jorge wins. I think it's closer than people think.
Yeah.
1. And 2, I think I thought about this. I was talking about it with Cole Faust at trading this morning. It reminds me a little bit, and it's only because Colby broke character, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the last Usman fight.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when Khabib was smashing Conor and said, "Let's talk now. Let's talk now."
Yeah.
And then when Conor gets up at the end of the round, said it's only business.
Yeah.
Like it's not personal or whatever. It has that vibe to me where it's like Colby's just doing this to pump up the fight. He's only acts this way to pump up the fight. I mean, he crossed every line with Usman. Talked about his dad being in prison, this and that. His parole officer going to let him come watch you fight. Cross the line of bringing family into it, right? Yeah. And he does that, and then after it's like, it's nothing but respect and love. I'm just trying to, put money in both of our pockets, and this and that, and I'm willing to be the bad guy to do that, and and the mics caught it up. They picked it up enough that you knew Colby was trying to make amends a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he went right back to being a douchebag, and I'll just say it. And And I like Colby the fighter. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah.
I love watching him fight.
Same.
So I have so much respect for what he does. The pace that he puts on people, it's insane. To deal with the pressure, but you can. So here's the other thing I've noticed, especially in the last 2 Usman fights. He talks all that trash. You can see the pressure of having to back it up on his face, I think, when he walks out.
Oh, yeah.
He's taking big, deep breaths.
Oh, yeah.
That, I mean, if I was to come out and just say everything about an opponent,
Yeah.
cross lines, whatever, and know this guy's going to try and rip my head off if he gets the chance. Like if he gets an arm bar, he's going to try and snap my arm. Like if it's just Connor's very good at it, adding the pressure, right, and then living up to it. He doesn't. I don't feel like he welcomes it like Connor though, because he knows that it was all for show, and it's more like it feels to me almost when they're walking out that he's almost saying like, I need to put on a fake smile. I hope my mouth didn't write a check that my butt can't cash. You know what I mean? Jorge, he's very comfortable here.
Oh, very comfortable.
It's not business to him. It's personal.
Yeah.
And I think that could actually play a factor in how the fight plays out a little bit, because one person was just doing it disingenuously and the other person tells me, no, this is personal. And you're fighting, right? I really don't believe you can go in and try harder.
Yeah.
I think you have Colby, I think would have been better off backing off the bad guy thing on this one and just fighting this one. Be like, yeah, you used to be teammates. Things happen, but we're going to get in there and fight. I don't like that.
Did you see the interview with Dan Lambert?
No.
He did an interview talking about what happened and how they, and they were kind of going, he told the story about how they were kind of going at it. And then one day they were really going at it. And he's like, hey man, we can't have this at the gym. He had a conversation and said, hey, if you guys do this again, you're done. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been here. You're done. I can't have this distraction in my gym, which is acceptable, right? 2 days later, they're in on Twitter talking trash. He group text messaged both of them and said, you're both done. And Colby responded, hey, I understand. If you think that's what's best, I'll do what's best. I'll leave the gym. He left. Jorge's like, no way, dude. I've been here since the beginning. I'm not leaving. Dan's like, nope, you're leaving. A couple months went by. Something happened, and Jorge's daughter, I think it was, told Dan Lambert something and said, I can't remember the whole story, but basically said something. She wasn't going to do something unless Jorge got let back to the gym. So he let Jorge back in the gym. He caved and let him back in the gym after 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I think people are sleeping on Jorge, including you. I think you're sleeping on him. Here's the thing. This is the one thing. Jorge's never been knocked out before. He's coming off his first ever being knocked out, right? So that is my one little kind of pump the brakes on this. But the two is Colby is not a knockout artist. He is a volume guy. I don't think his pressure and his volume breaks Jorge. I don't. So his path to victory is a decision. Jorge's path to victory is a knockout. Neither of them are submitting the other.
Yeah, see, I don't think I don't think either one's submitting either one, but I don't even know if Jorge can knock out Covington.
I think he can.
I don't. Covington's striking's gotten better in those Usman fights.
Oh, it got better, but so it got better. So we talked about this. This is another thing. I think it got better from the standpoint of it got better because he knew Usman, right? Usman's still the goal. Yes. Right?
Yep.
So he got better because I think he studied Usman and he got better going against Usman. I actually still believe, and I know that Usman knocked Jorge out, but I still think Jorge's a better striker than Usman overall. Usman is he's incredible. And the other thing is Jorge underestimated Usman striking a little bit. Remember, he went into it.
Oh, he did. He
said, you don't have the ability to put somebody out.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
Well, he does.
He did.
So, but the other thing, like, again, I think some of those things, like, I just don't think there's Jorge's getting enough credit for being just being the vet that he is. Like he said it in an interview. He's like, I've been a professional fighter for 20 years. And I think Jorge, I think this fight is more competitive than people realize. I think if they fought 10 times, I think Colby would win more than Jorge. But Colby's like minus 290 by now.
No, he's three something.
Okay, 3 something. I think
335.
I think that's too much. That's all I'm saying. I think that's too much.
I don't disagree with that. I think, like you said, I think we see a decision 3-2, 3 rounds to 2. Early rounds, maybe Jorge's getting the best of him, and then I just think
I will say this.
Pressure.
I will say this. I think Jorge needs to finish it inside 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Probably 2. If it goes much past that, Colby will drain his tank enough that Jorge will stay in it and he's ready. Most KO knockout artists, which I classify Jorge in the knockout artist thing.
Yeah.
Most of them have lost enough juice to really just put somebody's lights out by the 4th, 5th round.
It's pretty crazy that this.
Let's put it this way.
Yeah.
I will say this: if it gets there, I think Colby for sure wins rounds 4 and 5.
What is this? Has there been another pay-per-view, a non-title pay-per-view?
Well, the first one was Jorge Nate Diaz for the BMF title.
That's right.
So you want to talk about star? Jorge literally is the guy. Oh,
wait, did you watch the press conference? Colby got more love at the press conference than Jorge did.
Okay. Conor Poirier was a headliner for no title fight. So there's that. But there's 2 people that get headline pay-per-view cards with no title.
Yeah.
Conor, Jorge. That's the pecking order.
You can't deny the attraction these 2 are building with the hype that the UFC's built up with these 2 guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody, but like you said, like it almost got to the point, like I think Colby's crossed too many lines and he's taken away from it. Jorge's going to get – Colby has his supporters because of the Trump thing.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that was really interesting in that press conference, though, is Jorge said, why don't you let everybody know why Trump doesn't like you anymore?
Really? I didn't catch that.
Jorge said that, asked him that a couple times. He said, why don't you tell everybody why Trump doesn't like you anymore?
Jorge said it to Covington?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. I'd call it the Obama phone thing. Kobe saying,
he probably did. Who cares? That doesn't bother me. See, that stuff doesn't bother me at all. That stuff doesn't bother me at all. Like, I don't even care that when Colby said the thing about Jorge, that was Marissa's wife, she paid the bills.
Yeah.
Dude, that's half of professional MMA is the wives are the breadwinners while the guys are
I didn't mind that.
But when he talks about cheating on his wife,
that
you're not around for your kids,
that
child support, stuff like that, it's like,
yeah,
no, because I mean, I don't know. And
but who was it that somebody just said it, commented on the podcast? It's like everything's fair game because you got to get in the cage and close the doors and fight it out. So say whatever you want. But
that's what Chael Sonnen's always said, right? There's no lines. And Colby, who one of his mentors and idols is Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
From Oregon. I think Colby basically took Chael's blueprint and boomed it up, like times 10 with how nasty he gets with it. Chael got pretty nasty in some of those press conferences too, though.
I think Colby's kind of he's cringy to me. He's just like,
yeah,
maybe because you see through it a lot. You know what I mean?
Because it's fake.
It's just
it's the same thing with Cejudo.
Yeah,
it's because it's like, dude, that's not you. That's not authentic.
Yeah.
The reason why we all love Jorge when he talks, it feels authentic. Conor, it feels authentic.
Yeah,
like
Oh no, Connors feels real. That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you buy
like,
that.
You feel it, and that's what the attraction is the authenticity. When it's Colby or Henry Cejudo or these people trying to do it, it's like, meh. Like I could do without it. How many times have I defended Colby on here though? He had no choice, right?
He really did. Yeah, they told him after. Yeah, they told him.
It was pretty funny when the reporter asked Dana. Did you see that? The reporter asked Dana if that story was true.
Oh, Dan Lambert talked about it too.
And Dana was like, I don't know. Never heard it. I'm like,
no, Dan Lambert talked about it. It's like, hey, he's good, but we're gonna have to find something else because he's not marketable.
So okay, you're picking Colby.
I'm picking Colby.
I'm picking Jorge.
Ooh, are you sprinkling?
Yeah. At plus 290. Yeah, I'm taking Jorge Masvidal.
You know, the only reason that I'm like, damn, because the Jorge really, because I'm like all Kobe, right? And the only reason that I'm second guessing that is because you've been on fire with your pick and you've been kicking my butt lately. So, but I'm still
this. I mean, I have missed some betting with my heart or picks with my heart, and it kind of does feel like it. But that's the other thing too. I think I am justifying a little bit. One, nobody's betting Colby minus 330.
No, I wouldn't.
Right?
No, I wouldn't do that. Right? No.
So if you make him a parlay piece, and then that's going to win your parlay, and then you hedge with Jorge, that's a really good. That's a really good.
That was
one of the best.
Greatest.
One of the best. And it kind of does feel like I'm like, am I just picking with my heart here? And I'm like, but it's like. I think there are distinct paths to victory, and I think that people are underestimating Jorge's ability to be a vet and pull something off, like the flying knee thing, right? That was such a one-off. But they said, "Well, like, why'd you do it?" And he was like, "Because he's a wrestler, and I knew that I knew if I ran at him, that's what he would do."
Yeah,
right. That is just a savvy veteran. Like I've been around a long time. Like. I know what I think Jorge actually has an advantage, more of an advantage because of their past training together than Colby does of Jorge.
I don't think their past training is going to play into effect because it was so long ago. Different weight classes too.
Yeah, it's when Jorge was a 155er.
Fiji wants to know, how would you rate Colby's chin?
It's good.
I think it's. I mean, look, he took Usman's shots.
Here's the thing with Colby. Here's the thing with Colby. See, and that's the other thing. Usman let his hands go more against Jorge, right? I think than Colby. I think Usman knows when you fight Colby, you can't like put 100% behind punches, or else his gas tank will outlast you. So Usman has to pace himself more against somebody like
he even complimented Colby that he's very sneaky with his striking. He's like, he caught me with a couple of shots that he didn't see coming. He's elevated his game in that department.
Oh yeah,
I think he's got. I mean, it took to the 5th round to get knocked out from Usman.
It's not just Colby's chin; it's his mental toughness. He's got the wrestler mindset. That is probably his biggest advantage. I would say that, and his cardio and his pressure.
Yeah. All right, so we got a little disagreement here. I think his cardio is decent. I think
I'll bet you. I think people are good. I think people are going to be impressed with his cardio and his wrestling.
But see, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think Colby's going to go in there and dominate with his wrestling. I think it's going to be the shot. And I mean, maybe it's more of a stand-up fight. Who knows?
See, if it is a stand-up fight, I think that's dangerous for Colby.
See, that's where I think people are underestimating Colby. Is I think his stand-up is going to be better than what people are thinking. I think he showed a lot in that last fight with Usman. We're going to find out. We're going to find out tomorrow night. I'm taking Covington. He's taking Jorge. Zack's been on fire with his pick. So if you're betting,
have a good weekend, folks.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys Monday. Thanks for tuning in, guys.